Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this session or this episode of Lotus World Media. And today we have one of the amazing personality, a very bold and a strong personality with us to talk. So I'll not take much of a time and I let her speak as much as she can. One thing before I start, she's not in her good health as of now, but because she had committed to us that she will come and have a conversation, she is here. So I thank her from bottom of my heart and I acknowledge her presence. And let's start the session. Welcome, Pratibha ji.
Thanks a lot for having me in this show, and thanks a lot to everyone else who is listening to me in this show. Thanks to you, Vipulji. Thank you.
Much appreciate. So tell us about yourself. Who is Pratibha Sharma in just one word?
It's so hard to describe in one word, but I will say genuine.
Genuine.
I'm genuine in all ways, even when it comes to relationships, family, friends, work commitments, and everywhere. I am a genuine person.
Amazing, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Now, tell us a little elaborative, like who's Pratibha Sharma? You've defined, you've taken the word genuine and then you've related, but tell us your journey. Where are you from? What has been the journey in terms of studies, professional studies, then the work career, and so on and so forth. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. I will start from India. I'm from a very small town in India. It's like Punjab's. There is a small town called Sangrur. So I'm born, like I'm raised up there. My dad belongs to that part. I belong to a very middle class family and very simple family. After my year 12, we moved to another city in Punjab. It's called Ludhiana because my dad got transferred. Both my parents, my mom and dad, they both used to be they both were working for the government. Like my dad was health inspector and my mom was teacher, and both have served all their life in the government jobs. And I have a brother, and so we moved to Ludhiana, and I did my schooling from there. I did my graduation, and when I was in India, like when my Dadaji, like my grandparents were there, we used to live together in a joint family. But after they passed away a long time ago, I was a kid that time. Um, and It's just like all that small towns culture, like I was in and then after, when I passed my graduation, I decided to come to Australia, which was very difficult because I came from a completely non-English speaking background. I used to write English, I used to read English in school, but no like English speaking background. So, and I was, because I was always at home with my parents, and my dad was like, no, you cannot go to Australia, you can't do this just by yourself. And I had no family, no friends in Australia, but it was a very nice journey. I came here in 2004 to do my master's in IT, although I'm not an IT person. So I did my IT. And when I first came to Australia, without any family support, without friend support, as everyone do, but nowadays we can see there are a lot of Indians, but in those times there were not many Indians. But I'm very thankful to the community here. They helped me a lot. Like I got so much help from them. I never felt that I am somewhere in a strange country where I don't know people. Even I came from a non-English background. Still, I never felt anything, like, how should I put it in words? Like people were very nice and cooperative. For each and everything, I have to ask, because I had no Indian friends, so I had to ask people from this community, how should I do this? Where should I go to do this? And they were really helpful. After completing my studies, I got my residency, as all of us we do that, and then I moved to Western side. So I'm here from last 13, 14 years. I started my life in Werribee and lived there for a few years. And then in 2011 moved to Point Cook. So living in Point Cook since like, I will say that I'm from one of those in Point Cook who have built the Point Cook.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
That's good.
yeah, and I feel very proud when I say this. Yeah. So I have worked in different institutions. I was a banker. I have worked for different institutions, and then I was a trainer as well. I was teaching in different RTOs. Like I was a trainer in different RTOs here. And then finally, a few years ago, I decided to start my own business due to my family commitment. So I'm a registered migration agent now. I'm running
No.
that business myself.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very small. I will still say that I'm a baby for Australia because I'm not here from that long, but I'm here. It's still a lot of years now, and I have got so much from the community here. Yeah, I'm very thankful.
Yep.
Yeah.
How during your studies, how studious were you? Like in the tops or okay, or how were you in your studies?
When I was in India, I was good. I was doing good. When I came here, I was not that good in IT. I will say I was not an IT person, but
Mm.
I was not that good. But I did well in my exams. I don't know how. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Even a few years ago, when I decided to be a migration agent, um, and I started studying again in Victoria University. I did full-time course there. Um, yeah, I did really well. I'm surprised. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when did that thought come to migrate to Australia, and why was that?
Um, you know how, like in India, it's very different from here. Now times have
Mm-hmm.
changed so much, but I belong to a small town um, in Punjab, and I really wanted to be independent. I wanted to do things. I like. I want to be on my feet and work and be what I want to be. Like I wanted, and in I'm not saying India is my country. Like I'm born there, so um, but still for girls, for women, especially in small cities, it's very different. Whereas in Australia, I can achieve my dreams, my goals. Like if I aim for something, I know there are um, like everyone will help me. Like it's very different. You know that you belong to. I'm not sure where you belong from, but of course India. But I don't know if your city, what type of city you are in. But in Punjab, it was really different. So I wanted to do something for myself, for my family. Yeah. So I just decided to come here, and then eventually my dad supported me in my decision.
Initially, he resist?
Oh yeah, in the beginning he was like, "No, you cannot go there. It's so hard for girls. Where will you live?" And because he had those stories in his mind and imaginations, and he said, "No, you cannot go there at all." And then when I was like, because I'm the only girl, and they love me like anything, so they gave me a big list of things to do. They said, if you want to go there, these are 10 things which you have to do, because
Mm,
um, I was very close to them. Sometimes I used to sleep with them in their bed,
mm,
sometimes.
mm, mm,
And they were like, if you will go there, there will be no family. We will not be
mm,
there. So
mm,
you cannot come back to so you have to commit that you are not going to come back to India to see us until you finish your studies. So
mm,
for 2 years.
mm,
And because he was just trying to scare me for everything so that I should say no. I said, okay,
mm,
that's fine. I will not ask you. And then he said, okay, I will only give you your pocket money. I will not pay for your fees. You have to work and do that. I said,
mm,
okay, I will do that. I never worked in India.
mm,
So there was a big list of things.
mm,
But I said, okay, okay, okay. And then finally I came here. And
mm,
I'm lucky my dad, whatever the list was, he he said, no, that's fine. I will pay your fee. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. You just focus on your studies, your goals. And yeah, so he helped me in that. Even when I came here after 2 months, I said, oh, I'm missing my family. I miss my mom. He sent my mom just after 2 months. He said,
mm,
okay, you go live with her. So my mom was here for 3 months. She couldn't stay longer because she is full-time teacher. She used to be full-time teacher there.
mm,
So she went back. But yeah, it was a very nice journey. And without my parents' support, I think it wouldn't be possible.
mm.
Yeah.
So when you came here, what was that first surprise you got? A pleasant one and an unpleasant one.
Uh, um, I'm not sure if you will. You can decide if it's a pleasant or unpleasant.
It's okay.
As I said, I came from a very small city.
Mm,
Yeah, and I never
mm,
went out or anything.
mm,
When I
mm,
first came here,
mm,
someone picked me up from
mhm,
the airport,
mm,
um, and took me to their home. I stayed there for one day
mhm,
because I needed, like, I had to have that time to find my own place. And
mm, mm,
so I was there for one night. And that was a couple, and then their friends came there too that night, another couple, and they took me because they were thinking that I came from India and first time in Australia, so they should take me out so that I'm not feeling lonely or homesick. So first night in Australia, they took me to Crown. And then you can imagine how it will be for someone who just came from a small country. And it was a big shock for me. I was literally in my tears. But
mm,
they realized that they took me to the wrong place. They were just trying to be
mm,
nice. And yeah, but yeah, so that was something which was first. And other thing what I noticed was when I first came here, it used to rain all the time.
mm,
I came here in July, so now things have changed. But that time it's always raining outside, raining.
mhm,
And
mhm,
which was very nice. And yeah, so yeah.
mm, mm, mm. Can be a pleasant and unpleasant.
And yeah.
Can be. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, During your studies of masters here for your IT thing, which uni did you go?
University of Ballarat, but they had a small campus in Melbourne, MIT
Melbourne.
campus, Melbourne Institute of Technology. Yeah.
Right. So during the course of studies, what were the challenges that you kind of went through? Name one or two, and how did you kind of overcome them? English language would be
Uh,
one, I understand.
yeah.
And
Uh,
how did you work on it to improve?
See, from day one, I was never hesitant
Hmm,
and in asking.
hmm,
Let's say if
hmm,
I'm saying something wrong here, something
hmm,
wrong, and
hmm.
you tell me that, Pratibha, it's not how you spell it. It's how you should say this. I will never feel bad, and I will appreciate.
Yep.
So I think my biggest strength was asking
Mm-hmm.
and being polite to everyone.
Hmm,
And even if I don't know anything, I was not hesitant. Like,
hmm.
even if I'm going on a road, I will talk to anyone, I will ask
That's good.
them.
Hmm,
So that was, I think, my biggest strength, and that helped me as well. And people here, I think they're very simple. They like if you if you ask them something. Even when I still remember after settling down, getting my residency, I used to work in CUA, Credit Union Australia. I don't know if you have heard about it.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah. So I have worked there for many years.
Hmm,
They have a small branch in Werribee Plaza,
hmm, hmm,
and all the staff members like who used to work with me, they were Australian.
hmm,
Uh,
hmm,
and some of the ladies, they used to love me like their friend, like their kid, or they were elderly, and they were so nice, and I have learned so much from them. Even when it comes to English language or law, or how we should, like small things, like because we came from a completely different culture,
hmm,
completely different background. So we cannot expect that we know everything here. So it's just day by day you come across new things and you learn.
hmm.
So yeah, so I think every day we get into the learning process. We That's why I said I'm still a baby to Australia, because I learn every day. I learn something new.
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
really good point. That's a good point. Once you finished your studies, getting the work, applying for the jobs, getting the preparations for the interviews, how was that phase? Did you manage well? Did you struggle? How was that phase? How was that patch of time?
That's I'm very lucky in that aspect, and
Hmm,
I always thank God, like because I never had any issues. In I have worked everywhere.
hmm, hmm.
For one day, I have done dishes when I came as a student, but only one day because I couldn't go there next day. But I have worked in different professions, um, uh, and finding once because I was when I was a student, I used to work in Shell. Uh,
Hmm,
yeah, and so I had that customer service experience from there. And as straight away when I finished my studies, I applied in one of the major banks
hmm,
in customer service position, and I was called for interview. And only thing which has worked for me in every interview is being genuine and honest. If
yeah.
I don't know anything, I don't feel bad saying that I don't know it. So I was every time, whenever in the interviews I was asked something, I just told them like the straight answer, that either I know this or I don't know this, or what I know about it. And and I think confidence works as well.
Hmm,
Even if you don't know something, but if you're confident and if you're bold enough, brave enough to say, um, you know what you're doing, or you don't know, or I think it's a combination of factors.
hmm,
So I never had those issues. And other thing is, when it comes to jobs,
hmm,
that time especially, I had no help because I had no family or friends here. So I think Google was my friend. So whenever I had time at home, I
hmm,
used to sit and look at jobs and apply everywhere.
hmm,
I was not hesitant. Even when I was a student, I was never hesitant to
hmm.
get my resume and go from shop to shop and ask them if they have any job. So I have done lot of those things which have given me confidence.
Hmm, hmm,
Yeah,
hmm. So basically, two or three takeaway points from your answer, which I think the listeners today and tomorrow and time to come should keep in mind is ask, don't be shy, and
yeah,
be upfront, straightforward. If you know something, say it. If you don't, you say you don't know and ask for it. So you are the winner ultimately. Either you
yeah.
gain some knowledge and you gain a confidence and support. A good point. Very good point. Um, Next, once you've had that job and you kept rolling, you go out to the work and do the work and keep moving and keep progressing. um, at some point of time, did you feel that, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I Should I change my course? Should I stop and look back and correct myself? Does these thoughts uh, have they come, or do they come?
Um,
I'm saying with respect to the working time, job time.
yeah. See, as I already said, that I'm a learner. We
Hmm,
learn every day,
hmm,
and things change with time. One day you may like something, or you have a passion for one thing, and then one then you can add up things, like you can have another passion as well, or another goal. So as I have already told you that I have worked as a banker. I
hmm,
have worked as a my last job with the bank was in Bank of Melbourne. I was a mobile lending manager there, so I have done home loans there. And then and I was a teacher. I was a trainer as well in RTOs. So completely two different things.
hmm,
And even RTO, how I started that job was I was in the bank. One
hmm,
of my clients, they had few RTOs,
hmm,
and my client, he asked me if I want to work
hmm,
as a trainer in his college.
hmm, hmm,
And I, because he was just looking at my like card,
hmm, hmm,
and he said, oh, you have this qualification, so you can be a trainer too. I said, yeah. And he asked me, I said, no, sorry, I can't do this, because it's so hard, like 25, 30 like young um, uh, students are sitting there,
hmm,
and some of them same age or maybe older than me, and it will be hard for me, and I have
hmm,
never done it, I'm not experienced. And then he said, no, I know you can do it. And then what he proposed me is that if I can come and work only one day, because I used to work Monday to Friday,
hmm,
full-time job in bank, and he gave me one weekend, like
hmm,
Sunday to start with, and then Saturday he said you can have for yourself.
hmm,
I started teaching there on Sundays, and I really loved it. And I got so much of confidence talking in front of 25 students and telling them what to do. And see, that's what I mean. Like step by step, you get confidence. You get to learn more things. It's
hmm,
not only learning about the world or learning about Australia or different. It's more about yourself, because we have so much inside us which we don't know. We have to explore, and we
hmm,
can only explore with time. Sometimes people make your life easier to explore yourself.
hmm, hmm,
Sometimes you do it yourself, sometimes family members.
hmm,
So it's that's how I explored that yes, I can be a good trainer as well. And then asked him if I can teach 2 days there instead of one. So I used to work all 7 days
hmm,
in a
hmm,
row. So I have done that for a few years. And then I thought, no, banking, I'm done and dusted. I should teach as a full time trainer. Then I did that full time in RTO. But
hmm,
then I realized, no, it's time to go back to bank again. I have done enough. And then I came to CUA,
hmm,
started doing home loans there,
hmm,
did that, and then in Bank of Melbourne. And then there was a time like I had some family issues and other stuff, and I realized that my family needs me more than other things. So that's my preference. So I resigned from Bank of Melbourne.
hmm,
I really like to mention my manager. He helped me a lot, even when I resigned, and I told him the exact reason why I'm resigning. He said he gave me 2 months paid leave, and he said, you go, stay, but don't resign. And after 2 months, I called him again. I said, no, I want to resign. I need more time. He gave me another 2 months stress leave paid, and I was home. But then finally, I said, no, I think my daughter needs me. I need to spend more time with my daughter. So I resigned.
hmm,
And when I was home, then I realized that I should like take benefit of this time and I should study.
hmm, hmm,
Then I started studying in Victoria University. I did my graduate certificate in migration law
hmm,
from there. and started my own small business. Yeah,
That's nice. That's
yeah.
nice. So when you went into that teaching profession, and I recollect in that short thing what you said. Your mom also is teacher, right?
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure there would have been a little bit of influence, remote one. Plus, you would have had a conversation that, hey, ma, I'm about to start this journey. What do you say? What did that conversation happen?
I will be honest because the guy who offered me, the college owner, this job, Charles, his name was Charles. And when he offered me job and I said no, and then he said just try for one day, and I said okay. And he said okay, let's, maybe he was in need of a trainer too, and he offered me job from next weekend. I started, but when I came home, then I called my mom overseas and I told her, My parents are like, they trust me more than I trust myself. They're like, well done, you can do it. There is no issues with it, you can do it. Yeah, so I get a lot of positive energy, motivation, inspiration from them.
Right. Do you
Yeah,
read books,
I
or
used to.
what do you read, or what do you refer to in terms of having a small break plus nurturing yourself or inspiring yourself? Do you read anything? Do you watch, or do you follow
Yeah,
something?
yeah, since I had my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get any time for reading.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
serious. Like even now, like whenever I need some time for myself, I take her for cycling. I go out in the park, play with her. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
sitting, because I only thing I struggle in life is with time. I had just that time, so in which I have to give time to work, my family, my everything. So I have to do, like, if I will take some time out to sit alone and read a book, then it, like, it's really hard. So in that time, I love to spend time with my daughter. I play with her every evening. She finishes online school at 3 o'clock. Then 4 o'clock we go out in Alamanda Park. We have fun there, play, cycling, and all that. So I spend more time with her.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
basically, family, parents, daughter, they are your source of inspiration. A strong
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Um, do you, what are those currently? I'm saying, what are those one or two or three challenges that you are working on? Your own challenges that you're working on
Um, what exactly do you want to know?
in terms of your growth. Like, okay, um, I should learn this. Like you're doing migration practice, example.
Yeah.
So there might be elements within migration practice that, you know, not very expressly, but that I need to improve on this. I need to work on this. And it's part of the work. You
Yeah.
don't have to break away from a routine and do this. So likewise, that's one example that I gave. So can be migration, can be yourself, can be some sort of language or some sort of subject that you might be working that, okay, I need to know this. Let me work on this. Something like that.
See, as we have already discussed, that we learn every day. We
Hmm.
have challenges every day.
Hmm.
Every day is a new beginning of life, I will say. At
Hmm. Hmm.
work, because I'm in such a profession, it's so wide. There are
Hmm.
so many types of immigration
Hmm.
inquiries, and it's
Hmm.
so wide that it's impossible that one agent will know everything. If one
Hmm.
person is saying that he's expert in migration and he knows everything in migration, that
Hmm.
is not possible. Someone
Hmm.
can be expert in five things, and other agent will be expert on five other things. And so
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
always have those challenges, and we always need help
Hmm.
to overcome those challenges.
Hmm.
And there are so many new cases every day we hear. Sometimes sometimes I get to know, like, I get an inquiry from a client, and I have never heard about that particular scenario or particular situation. So these are all the challenges, but there is a way to handle these challenges. We have so much information in LexisNexis, like we have a book, and we have so many different groups we can approach to. And
mm,
then on the other hand, we have other migration agents who are friends. So they
mm,
have
mm,
different expertise. I have different expertise. So we approach each other. And
mm,
the same thing, that I don't feel bad to say I don't know this. So I just call them and say, look, I have never heard about this. Can you help me on this thing?
mm, mm,
Yeah. And even with clients, I tell them that I will come back to you on this thing in
mm,
so and such, like in an hour or in a day,
mm.
before I give them any information if I'm not sure about something. So these are the challenges at work, and I think these challenges should be at everyone's work. Everyone have those challenges,
Yes,
because
yes,
everyone cannot know everything in life.
true, true,
And in
true.
personal life, even personal life is challenging. With 6 year old, you do you have kids?
Yes, I have three kids,
Yes.
one wife and two daughters.
Yeah. See. Yeah, so you have three kids to look after, you know how it is. So we always have challenges, because every time I don't know how to react for certain things when my daughter
Mm,
asks me, like,
mm,
and there are times when I don't have answers to her questions. So those are my challenges. Instead of just replying back straight away to her, I sit back, relax, and then think that how should I answer her. And sometimes, if I don't have answer for that, then I have some specialist whom I talk to. I go back to them and I ask them that this is what she wants to know, and what should I be telling her, what should I be saying her. So those are the challenges. And thirdly, challenges, sorry, you asked me only a couple of challenges, but
keep
challenges
going.
are, there are so many challenges, so we
Keep
cannot just
going.
say one challenge, two challenge. In our society itself, there are so many challenges. We learn new things every day.
Yeah.
So we live here. It's a uh, it's a new country. Although we are here from 15, 16 years, still it's not long enough. I'm not born and brought up here, so still learning stuff. So
Yes.
that's the challenge too. Yeah.
Yep. One, as in coming back questions, uh, the younger generation, the next generation, or the generations which are coming, they are full of questions,
Yeah.
which I think you or me or people in our age bracket, we did not ask questions. We just did what we were told to.
Yeah.
But this generation, they have questions, and I think the questions are right in their own perspective. It shows that their interest to understand, ask and understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming back, you mentioned about society or challenges of society. I Do you get time out of your very busy schedule in terms of your work, your family? Um, do you get some time to do some work, social work? Do you do some social work?
I do a lot of social work. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even through my profession, if I'll
Hmm.
say, like there is a lot of social work involved there,
Hmm.
directly or indirectly, because
Hmm.
we get a lot of um, I get a lot of phone calls for family violence. Yeah. Um, and when you help one person to get through it, then they tell another one, and
Another, yeah.
then this is how I get calls. So that's how I get occupied. Like I keep myself occupied doing all these things, because um, I think we learn from each other, from our own mistakes, or from our life or friends' life. I have seen so much in life through my friends, not everything on myself, but through friends and through clients. Or so I will say I have a lot of experience in all these things. I get a lot of phone calls for domestic violence, and whenever I'm asked questions from girls, and I just talk to them, make them feel better, and then when I know their story, and girls feel so confident in telling the story to me, like without any ifs and buts, like they just tell everything, and then I connect them to the right channels
mm,
because I can't do everything. So I just, if they have to see a lot of mental health stress, and I can understand how it is, because all of us at one stage have gone through mental health.
yep, yep,
um, uh, and even we agree or not, sometimes we don't even realize that we have gone through stress, mental health
mm,
issues, but we
mm,
have, all
yep,
of us. So
yep,
I whenever I have these issues, I send the girls to the counselors. I have their contacts. I send them to the connect them to the actually right people, right
mm-hmm,
companies,
mm-hmm,
or if they need any other sort of help, connect them to police or whatever is required in that particular scenario. Yeah, I do that.
mm, mm,
And
mm, mm,
this is what I have learned from actually my family.
mm,
They used to help girls in a different way. My mom was
mm,
a teacher, as I have
mm,
told you, and she used to work in a government school. Like
mm,
she has worked all her life in different villages, in
mm,
small towns,
mm,
teaching students. And then I still remember I was very small that time. I was young, and my mom came home. She was very stressed. Mom was talking to my dad, and my mom said that there was a girl who was not, she was very intelligent, and she was not coming to school from a long time. And then my mom went to her house to find out that why she's not coming to school. And then her father told my mom that don't worry about it, you go, we don't want her to go to school because we can't afford it, so she should stay home and work and help them in, like, to run the family, to get some money and stuff. And my mom was upset, and then my dad said, what do you want to do? My mom says, oh, I really want her to study because she's very intelligent, she can be something tomorrow, she can be a teacher, she can be a doctor, engineer, or my mom started with that one girl. My mom went to her house when my after talking to my dad, she went again, and my mom offered them, her father, that what if I, they had three girls, that person, and one boy, but boy was very small that time. And my mom said, what if I pay all the expenses, books, cost, school fees, and everything for your three daughters till they pass out uni? That time they were very small, like in the school. So, and he agreed. And my mom said, okay, we are adopting your daughters. Not adopting, adopting means education wise,
education
books,
wise,
clothes, and everything. My mom started with those three daughters, and then my brother started doing this as well with them, like with other girls, because in that area there were a lot of poor people who can't afford their living. Even I belong to a very middle class family, but at least they can afford their fees, and my parents could. Um, so they did it for so many girls here. And this particular family, the reason I raise this is because she called my mom a few days before, because now she's married, she passed uni, she's a teacher.
very good,
And the second one, her younger sister, she is in a good profession as well, and third one is in the bank. So
very
one
good,
is already married, and my mom helped in the marriage as well. You know how it is, like you have to give
yep,
stuff and all that. So
yep, yep, yep,
um, that's what I have learned from them. Um, yeah, and I do that
mm,
in India
mm,
too
mm,
now.
mm,
So, like, because my mom's colleague, she's still teaching there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
She's young, like, she's still teaching. So whenever there are girls, or she always tells us that this
mm, mm,
girl needs to pay fees and books and
mm,
all that, and we
mm,
do that from here now. Um, And with this COVID-19, we have learned so much in this. Just after this COVID-19, I think most of us have realized the importance of relationship, importance of studies, importance of friends, families, because life is so unpredictable. We are not sure what's going to happen tomorrow.
mm,
Um, when this COVID started in March,
mm,
what because I was not sure what I can do that time. They did all these announcements and everyone was in panic that what's going to happen.
mm,
So
mm,
what I
mm,
did was on my Facebook page, I put there that if someone is in elder for all the elderly residents of Point Cook or close by, and if someone is a student or someone is locked down at home and can't come out, I'm happy to do groceries for them. So I
mm.
started this in early March,
All right.
and
Right.
I got a lot of response from there. I used
Mm-hmm.
to deliver groceries and all that, but
Nice.
without any platform and just by yourself, it becomes very difficult to do everything of your own.
Mm, mm,
Then and I never wanted any name or fame out of this. I was just doing it for the community, for my own soul, and like for everyone. Like if someone is in real problem,
mm.
and then I approached Australian Sikh Support
Mm-hmm.
because they are doing amazing work. They are doing
Okay.
such a good job. Like it's really like appreciable. We should appreciate it. So I contacted them, and um, because they are a big banner, I started working with them. I look after now all the Wyndham area. So
Right.
now we are doing it on Saturdays. Every Saturday morning, we they have a big warehouse. We go there. We do all our packings. They have more than 100 orders every week.
Right.
So I even now whatever orders I was getting on my personal message, so we do it there all together. I
Yep.
have told them that I will deliver it on Saturday. So after doing all the packings and all the work in that warehouse, which is in Tula Marine,
Mm-hmm.
then I load all the orders which are in West.
Mm-hmm.
So I load all the orders in the car and then I drop in each and every house, like at their
Nice.
doorstep.
Very good. Mm,
Yeah, so I just leave the orders there, whatever they want, or if they need any other help except this.
mm,
Like
mm,
I had students other day, she called me and she wanted to know that she want to buy some winter clothes. Where can she
mm,
find cheap
mm,
winter clothes? She
mm,
said, Didi, I have no money and I don't have work, I'm home. So
mm.
sorry, I shouldn't be saying all this on this channel, which I never did before. But yeah, then we can just go out, and I went and I got him some clothes and dropped it. So these small things which makes them happy and which makes you happy, that at least because I have got so much from the community here, I have got so many things from here. So now it's a time to give back to the community. And I'm thankful. Like I'm very God fearing person. I'm thankful to God and I appreciate for whatever I have. I don't have enough a lot, but at least I can help wherever I can, and I will never step back in doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One small thing, that the whole purpose of say channel or this conversation is to say what we have done or what our intents are, and we're just waiting for that opportunity with respect to time or resource or right network so that we can do. Because having a right intent and to be able to do a little thing also brings in difference in the life of those people whom you have touched.
yeah,
It makes a difference to them. So
yeah,
that's exactly the purpose that we build these conversations also. So there's no harm in sharing and talking about whatever you've done and you intend to do. The next thing comes like, yes, you are doing a right thing or a wonderful thing in your individual capacity with along with the Australian Sikh support
so,
team. Now, we would put your details and the contact details of the team, and she also wants to be a part of the conversation, seems, yeah.
yeah,
So people can reach to you And um, before we conclude, we giving a small one line that viewers, we will talk to Pratibha ji in next episode, much more with the focus of what she is doing and what she intends to do within her ward and the council, um, to help the community at large. So this is kind of coming to an end. Before we conclude, Pratibha ji, for this episode, any message out there to people out there, um, which comes from your heart?
Um, I will not take more time. All I will say is that everything is possible.
Mm,
If I can do so much after coming to a new country, to the new people without the common language, um, I will say that everything is possible, and um, everything is possible, but you cannot do it alone. So we have to do it together.
together.
So
Yeah.
everything we want to do, let's do it together.
Mm,
Let's be together,
mm.
and yeah. So impossible is nothing. So
True.
let's
True.
help each other. If someone needs help, let's be humble. Let's help each other,
Yeah.
and make your goals, your vision, your whatever you want. It's possible. Let's do it
It's possible.
together.
Yeah.
Let's, yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Pratibha for your time and all the insights that you have given. Actually, it was truly inspiring. A girl from some remote place in India, all her journey through and through to Australia, and doing so much of work around. It's amazing. It's inspiring, and looking forward for that next conversation soon. Till then, you take care of yourself. And what I'll do, I will put out the contact details in the description, so that if somebody is looking for help, then they can reach you. And I'll put on the link of your page as well, and the Australian Sikh group page as well, so that people can reach out, and with the team, many more can be helped, right?
Sure.
Okay.
And also, I will like
Yeah.
to tell that I do free consultations for all the students. So if
Mm-hmm.
they have any issues, even if they don't want to proceed, it's not anything professional. It's only free service I'm providing to all the students, because I know they are going through really tough times.
Yes.
Their
Yeah.
families are there. They cannot go and see them. Some of them, I know that their families are sick.
Mm, mm,
Some of them, they have COVID, like
mm,
corona, and
mm,
they are really in hard time. They are in
mm,
stressful times. So
mm,
if
mm,
anyone needs anything, they want help, they want to talk to me, or they want
mm,
any advice, I'm
mm.
happy to do that. They can feel free to call me.
Wonderful, 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 Pratibha. Nice, good. So we'll conclude here, and we'll catch up soon
Sure.
in coming time. Yeah, cool.
Sure.
Take care.
Thank,
Take care.
thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.